All right, it's day 8. Yeah, day 8. Um, we're getting into some Mystery Week albums today. I guess this is batch number 1 of 2, and then 1 extra at the end of it. If I'm remembering right, I think I actually nailed this Mystery Week. I think I went 7 for 7 on it. So let's start at the top. We got Structures from Silence by Steve Roach. This one comes from Brendan. I knew this came from Brendan. Old ambient, old electronic. It's either Chai or it's Brendan, and I just didn't feel Chai on this one. So Brendan, I liked it. I thought it was nice. It's definitely a really good bit of ambient music. I think it shows its age, but I don't think that's a bad thing. It's certainly impressive for its era, and as a piece of ambient music, I thought it was nice. It was very low key, very calm, very not entrancing. It wasn't trance-like, but it was entrancing. Very chill, very relaxed. And I tend to prefer a little more variety in my ambient pieces, but it doesn't have to be. I mean, that's kind of part of the joy of ambient music, is something that you can just kind of fall into the atmosphere of, and you can certainly do that with Structures from Silence. That all being said, I don't know that it was my personal favorite piece of ambient music, but it was still ambient, so I still quite liked it. So Structures from Silence, I'm going to be giving a 7. I thought it was good. I liked it. Then next we have Orbweaving by Midwife. This is a release from Flenser Records, so that means that Dom put it in there. It's just the way it is. I like Flenser. I like slowcore. This was an excellent bit of slowcore. As with, I don't know that slowcore is exactly Flenser's hallmark, but with projects like Giles Corey and Have a Nice Life as like their headliners, their stars, you gotta think that slowcore is at least a big part of what they are. And Midwife did a good job with it. Now, you know my taste in music by now. I do like more variety. I like some more hectic, more eclectic music. And this slowcore kept a lid on things. It certainly changed in volume, but in terms of cohesion, it was a lot more put together. It was a lot more one tone throughout. And that's not a bad thing. I thought it worked well with it, and it was good. But I think that sticking to that single voice, not in terms of vocals, but that sound, I think kind of kept it from being something on the level of Death Consciousness, on the level of Giles Corey. And admittedly, it's pretty hard to reach that level, at least in my opinion and to my taste. But for the slowcore that we got, I really enjoyed Orbweaving. I thought it was good. Flenser Records, once again, coming through with something that I enjoy. Big surprise to absolutely nobody. So, Orbweaving gets an 8. Solid. Moving on. Shocker here. Okay. A New State by Nervequakes. Now, this was the last one I figured out. This, I had it narrowed down between Nick and Evan. And I thought, I just didn't know who would do this. And it certainly did not sound like something Evan would put in. And it didn't really sound like something Nick would put in. So what it came down to was, which one of them put in The Death of Slim Shady? I thought about it for a while, and I thought, no, I think Nick is more dedicated to throwing people off. So I went with Evan. And if I remember right, I was correct on it. Either way, insanely good album. Oh my god, I love this album. Oh, it's a really fucking good post-punk album. You can totally hear their influences, and that is a good thing. Because there are three big influences. You got Joy Division, you got The Smiths, and you got a little, just a sprinkling of Swans in there, and God, it slaps. Oh. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I'm just really enjoying this album. Yeah. It's so good that Allie's concerned for my well-being. That's how good New State was. Absolutely blew my expectations out of the water. Phenomenal. I loved it. I really, really loved it. This checked every box of the kind of music that I deeply, deeply fuck with. And it was really good. It was really good. From the performance, to the composition, to the arrangements, to the production, to the sound, to the delivery, to the lyrics, everything went off. But it wasn't, it was so close. It was so close. But it isn't a 10. It's a 9.5. The strongest possible 9.5 I can give, I think. Like if we're putting the cutoff at 9.75, this could be a rounding error. This could be a rounding error. You know, here's what I'm going to do, okay? It's getting a 9.5. I will listen to this tomorrow. I will be doing a lot of driving tomorrow. I will have time. And I will listen to this album in full one more time. And I will pass judgment on, is this a 9.5 or is this a 10? Because it was close. A New State, Nervequakes, 9.5. Sorry. And then today we had, pardon my Japanese, Shiraberu Soutaiseiriron. Shiraberu Soutaiseiriron. By Soutaiseiriron. I got close, hopefully. It's fine. I liked it. I thought the instrumentals were pleasant, enjoyable. Again, this is something I'm losing out on the lyrics for. It's unfortunate. And I'll say this, as a live album, I thought the recording quality was excellent, and the track listing I thought had a nice variety of sounds and a nice variety of tones and feelings throughout it. So a well-paced, well-varied album that I think I generally enjoyed. But I don't think any part of it particularly, blew me away, especially, in comparison with some of the other Japanese albums Evan has submitted. So, honestly, I just think this kind of falls middle of the pack on that kind of spectrum. So, I'm kind of fluctuating between 6.5, 7. Why don't we call it 7? We'll call it a 7. I think it was good. It just, I know there's better out there, but I also know that there's worse out there. So, we'll call it a 7. I thought it was fine. I thought it was good. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow.